Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
Hey, what's good? So, more news had dropped, and since I'm pretty much working, I've been working all night, so I figured I might as well go ahead and cover this as well. The highlight of this is basically talking about the upgrades to some of the obsolete link skills, and in my opinion, that's essentially one of the best updates for me because I love to run, obsolete units, rainbowed out, and just test them out and how they are. And a lot of those types of units do have pretty much links that nobody really uses anymore, or it's not that common anymore. So for me, it's a great thing. And let's just go ahead and cover the news. So the banners are live for the LR full power Jiren and the EZAs and whatnot, and I'll cover that after talking about the link skills and whatnot. So basically, the point I want to make is I know they also did release some information about the link levels and stuff like that. It's essentially just talking about the various level tiers that you would have in priority listings based on which units have what levels and how that plays a factor in the link setup. I'm not going to cover it in detail on this one, but maybe at some point we will. But the point of this video is, we've got several links here, like defense increase of 1,000, attack increase of 5,000, attack increase of 300, stuff like that. Like that is increasing to a percentage base, like 10% and 20%, 15%, and so on. So this, in my opinion, is very good because like I said, a lot of these links are pretty much obsolete at this point. And it does get reflected on the older type units. This guy, Cody the Dumbass, definitely appreciate the translations. No disrespect on the name. You kind of named yourself, so I guess I can call you that. But he went ahead and translated all the links, so it's easier just to show here instead of having the before and after effect. But if you take a look, Disciple defense increase 20%. Korean School is attack increase of 15%. Golden Warrior's been updated, Respect, Android, Turtle Hermit School, Frieza Minion, Kamehameha's attack increase of 5% when SAs launch instead of that 2,500 to attack when SAs launch. The percentage base at the end of the day, especially with the meta, continue to increase to higher and higher levels of stats, percentage base are definitely certainly better. So even like Power Bestowed by God, attack increase of 5% when SAs launch. That is so much better than a 2,500 flat rate increase to, attack. Like I said, especially given the fact that we're continuing to see, increases in powerful units and, defensive abilities and whatnot. So a lot of this is certainly very good, and it's going to be very helpful for also the older units. And I think, in my opinion, that is where a lot of the benefits come from. Now, that's pretty much in a nutshell what I wanted to talk about. So a lot of the links, like I said, are upgraded. It's going to be a very good thing, and I'm certainly happy about it. Can't wait to do updated showcases on certain units. Now, let's just go ahead and cover the general schedule itself. So the Legendary banner itself is live. I guess I don't know, maybe it just went live probably within the last, half an hour, maybe to an hour. So it probably went live an hour and a half ago. So I'm guessing traffic is pretty crazy right now. It's probably why the connection's so bad right now. But the Jiren banner is live, Legendary banner. I'll take a look at the actual banner feature list itself if my connection will fix. I don't know. While we're waiting, this is probably a good question. Based on the more continued update versions coming out, it almost seems like the connection dropping and stuff like that seems to be more of a frequent issue. So I don't know what the deal is necessarily with this, but it just seems like it's more prevalent than it was before. So of course these guys are new, and then the EZAs for these guys are obviously coming out. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the banner real fast, since I haven't actually looked at it yet either. Alright, so of course this guy, very solid unit. The new Topo, aka Pride Troopers. Obviously the EZA units on here as well. This guy, yeah, Whisa's pretty good. I like Whisa a lot. So yeah, a lot of these units, not necessarily the marquee signings by any means, but that's your typical legendary banner. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's move on to the updated information on the campaign news. So, I think we still have. Okay, so basically we still have a decent amount of time. This is basically the rankings of who all picked what based on the current state. So I guess, surprisingly, number one is the Super Saiyan Kefla. I'm actually quite surprised about that. This guy makes sense because of the Dokkan Awakening. Nuking passive stacks attack and defense with every super attack. It's a very good unit, so that makes sense. I guess with Kefla, the only thing I can think of is the orb changer for certain types of category team setups. That's probably what I would imagine. Even like physical type teams, the LR Kaioken Blue Goku and Evolution Vegeta definitely do need help with the orb changers, so that kind of makes sense as well. But yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting. I guess a lot of these are Universe Survival Saga type units. Yeah, quite surprised about that, but that's not really that important, so let's move on. Alright, so updated campaign schedule, let's take a look. So of course this is the part 2 banner, and then we do have a story event available as well. EZAs are also live. Make sure to do that because these 2 units become very, very good, and if you do have them, you might as well do it because they are going to help out tremendously with the EZA. So I highly recommend you go ahead and do that. I think the advantage for that is the Universe Survival Saga, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of the related story events for the Universe Survival Saga event as well. Jiren's Dokkan events available every day, and all these I think are pretty much, I guess, so all these Dokkan events are available every day as well. Basically the medals you pretty much would need for LR Jiren's Awakening, I would assume. And we do have a new chain battle mode coming out, which is going to be a new boss, which is the Angel Golden Frieza. Not much is known, besides that, but we do have that available coming out on July 20th. It'll be a week-long schedule similar to the last 2 editions of it. So that'll be coming out on July 20th. Login bonuses not really matter much. The missions themselves are live right now, so go ahead and take care of that if you can. It's pretty straightforward stuff. I didn't necessarily translate it, but if you need me to, I can certainly do that. But just let me know, I guess. All right, so these are all the older celebration news. So I think what we had was, okay, so we do have the Extreme Z battle. So let's take a look at this and see what the type advantage or category advantage is here. Yeah, so it is going to be the Universe Survival Saga category that does have the advantage on here, and of course you can get a bunch of rewards, including Dragon Stones up to stage 30, and then after that it pretty much turns into the Zeni, pretty much Hercule statues essentially. So this guy is very, very good. After the EZA, its attack and defense increases 70%, and all allies get key +1, attack and defense increase of 40%, and then reduces all enemies defense down by 70%, and then if your HP is 70% or below, reduces damage taken by 40%. So this guy is very, very good, and I would certainly recommend you do that. The super attack is a 30% increase to allies attack as well, so it's certainly helpful. I think it was maybe, I thought it was 30% already, maybe it was 25 that went to 30, I don't know. But this was also very cool. You've got the ability to stack attack with every rotation or turn, so it increases by 20% every turn. And then your evasion abilities or dodge levels do increase by 20%, max of 60%. And then if you do evade enemies' attack, your attack will also increase by 20%. And then for the super attack for 6 turns, attack and defense will increase by 50% as well. So this guy's a very, very solid unit as well. And again, I highly recommend you go through the EZA Extreme Z battle stages if you're able to. Alright, the last one I want to cover is the new story event that came out for the Pride Troopers, so let's go ahead and talk about it real quick if the damn thing will load up. I'm telling you, like, everybody's trying to access the servers and summon on the banners. It seems like pretty much what the problem is right now, I think. I'm going to give it a couple seconds. If it doesn't load up, we'll go ahead and cut things off here. But, you know, this is technically the part 2 celebration of Tanabata. You know, regarding the legendary banner itself, it's hard to say what you should do, because we do have that 350 or 400 million download celebration coming up next month, probably end of the month of August. But you know, at the same time, we do have a new Dokkan Fest coming up based on the V-Jump Scam, which is going to be the new Ultimate Gohan unit, who does have an active skill that transforms into the Ultimate Gohan unit. So a lot of activity is coming up. So, you know, be wary about that, thinking about what to do. So I'll you know, leave things there, and yeah, I gotta get back to work. So hopefully you guys found the video helpful, and as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later.